The pre-foreclosure winter is coming. For the past 21 months, foreclosure filings have been increasing. And what this basically means for you in wholesaling real estate is there's going to be a lot of foreclosures coming in the market, a lot of pre-foreclosures coming in. And most importantly, this means that there's going to be a more huge swath of these super motivated sellers coming into wholesaling real estate. And if you know how to overcome dealing with pre-foreclosures, if you know how to talk to a pre-foreclosure seller, most importantly, actually how to market to pre-foreclosures with this huge opportunity, you are set to make a ton of money in wholesaling real estate. Most wholesalers, they look at a pre-foreclosure, they scoff, they roll their eyes, but honestly, you got to understand that since the start of the panoramic, that's what I'll call it, the sickness, I can't say this word on YouTube, pre-foreclosures were pretty small. It's basically tripled since that time. And it's insane to think about. I don't know any other lead source where the list of that has tripled. And we're going to see more and more with it going on, especially with interest rates rising, maybe holding steady, but we obviously don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. But we do see on the rise, there will be way more pre-foreclosures coming in. And if you know how to make a ton of money with these pre-foreclosures, you'll do well. One big reason I'm doing this podcast this video is I did a podcast the other day with someone. I'm not going to hype it up, but this is a 22-year-old that made $700,000 his first 2 years in wholesaling real estate. So it's an exciting podcast to be on. And this person primarily focused on two lists, probates and pre-foreclosures together. And the reason why he did so well and he made so much money on this is because there's such a motivated list. When someone's in a pre-foreclosure, within 30, 60, heck, 90 days, maybe if you catch them early, they need to sell the property. They need to get rid of it, and they just got to get rid of the property, and they're super motivated to go. And they make quick decisions. Now, probate's kind of the opposite of that, but that's the reason why pre-foreclosures do really well. And the one key advice I'll tell you that this person did was they listened to my advice. When you wholesale pre-foreclosure properties, you should not call them, right? There's a lot of different things you should be doing, and there's a lot of things you should not be doing. And I think a lot of wholesalers get really confused on pre-foreclosures, how them work and how they work. So what I want to do today is just break down the data, show you why pre-foreclosures are rising and how you can profit off of this so you can make a ton of money. This is why I'm excited. This is why I'm getting ready to go it. And this is why we're going to help you become the best real estate wholesaler all time so you can make a ton of money in this business, guys. I'm telling you, this is the life of your dreams that you are going to live if you know how to market to wholesaling real estate motivated sellers and how you can make a ton of money. So I'm excited for it. I'm ready to go. So if you're excited, ready to go to break this all down, guys, do me a favor. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you comment below your questions and always hit that subscribe button, that bell notification icon. Remember, every single time you hit that bell, every single time you like this video, another guru sheds a tear. And you know what we like on this channel? We love making gurus cry. That's kind of our goal, and to help you become the best wholesaler possible. So you know we're on the live. So before we get into it, let's cue it up. Let's get the intro, and it's wholesaling time, baby. Woo!
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up and get the guy go. Time to wake up, bitch. Get up. Get up. Get up.
Snap! We're back. We're ready to go, and we're ready to share with you how you can get rich in wholesaling real estate. So without further ado, let's break this down and let's get into it. So the pre-foreclosure winter is coming. You know, that they say winter is coming. The craziness is going on. Game of Thrones reference, right? And it's honestly true for wholesaling real estate. We got a lot of pre-foreclosures coming down the pipeline, and we got to figure out pretty quick, you know, what are we going to do? How can we actually utilize this for wholesaling success, and how can I profit off of it? Like, that's the point here. Most wholesalers, I will tell you, they probably don't understand this, or they don't read the data or understand it. And really, that's what we got to do today, is really break it all down. So what am I talking about? What am I doing? What am I talking? So let's just share this up. This is from Adam Data. So Adam Data's got a lot of really good real estate data. And basically, this is what it is. So here's the article. Basically, for Q1 2023, and we're Q2, 3 here, in Q2 and 3 here for 2023. Obviously, we can see it here. Basically, pre-foreclosures are on the rise. And so foreclosures, pre-foreclosures before they hit that foreclosure process, but the filing part, that's kind of the notice of defaults, things like that. So we see the increase on here. Let's zoom in the data here and just show you. This is foreclosure filings. So let's increase this here just so we can see this. This is from the Adam team. Basically, if you could see how foreclosures work and how the whole process and how the whole data, so you can look at it. Basically, 2005, regular stuff, we're about 100, getting a little nuts, we're in the 150s here. So nothing terrible, right? But that was like peak still. Like that was a good amount. That was a lot. And then obviously during the crash and everything spiked, everything went out of control. Things went crazy, and then everything kind of normalized. It kept going down, kept crashing. For the pre-foreclosure deals just kept going down. There's just less and less and less of them, right? And then roughly here when I started wholesaling, they were insane still, but they just kept going down. And then when the sickness started, right, and all that stuff happened, we're basically pretty much at rock bottom, right? And they basically stopped people from doing that. And now, laws have loosened up, things have gone crazy. So things are just, it's a lot easier to start filing foreclosures. Now, I'm not seeing this huge spike up to like millions and millions and millions, but it's still, going from, 30,000 all the way up to 100, like you're still tripling it up. And as you can see here with the data, it's going up, right? It keeps spiking up, and it is trending still towards up. And you got to figure out how to be doing this, right? And so basically reading this up, the report shows a total 36,000 foreclosures in March 2023, up 20% from previous month. So about 20% month over month and 10% from a year ago. So still, it's the 23rd consecutive month with a year-over-year increase in U.S. foreclosure activity. Despite efforts made by government agencies to reduce foreclosure rates, we're seeing an upward trend in foreclosure activity. Chief Executive Officer at Adam, this unfortunate trend can be attributed to a variety of factors, such as rising unemployment rates, foreclosure filings making their way through the pipeline after 2 years of government intervention, and other economic challenges. However, with many homeowners still with significant home equity, this may help keeping increased levels of foreclosure activity at bay. So it's definitely still going to keep rising. That is just something that's not going to happen for the foreseeable future, that it goes down. We got to understand this, right? And so we had about 65,346 U.S. properties started with the foreclosure process in Q1 of 2023. And so we're looking at this right here. It's up about 3% from the previous quarter, and then 29% from a year ago. So still rising from when you look at it. So the top states, this is pretty similar to just the population. Got Cali, Texas, Florida, and New York and Illinois. I mean, this is basically, it's in proportion to the amount of properties and people living it. So not the craziest ones. These metro populations with a population over 200. It's that the highest foreclosure rates are in Illinois, Delaware, New Jersey. So if we're looking here, let's see here, about one out of 762 housing units with a foreclosure filing. Got Delaware, New Jersey. And so that's just in proportion. So not crazy. But we're looking at this with the highest foreclosure rates for this quarter, the previous couple quarters. Fayetteville, North Carolina was one of them, guys. Fayetteville, North Carolina. Rick was talking about it yesterday, his top 5 markets on his personal channel. Guys, Fayetteville's right for the pre-foreclosure. So if you're in that market, oh my gosh, it's amazing, right? You got Cleveland, Ohio, which is up there. Atlantic City, which is okay. Columbia, South Carolina, amazing. And Bakersfield's decent, right? See it going up. You look at completed foreclosures basically from the bank. That keeps rising. You can see that REOs. And we're going to get into that because that's not the best for wholesaling. And then average day to complete a foreclosure pretty much has been rising. So foreclosures are they're taking a while to get going, right? And so you have 950 days. It's insane. So foreclosure times take a while. And if you can wholesale in those periods, it's good. But basically, the longest foreclosure times we've seen is Louisiana, Hawaii, New York, Kentucky, and New Jersey. Usually, that is basically how backlogged the courts are sometimes. And the shortest ones are when a foreclosure, let's see here, Wyoming, Minnesota, Montana, Texas, and Arkansas. And then basically, I just like looking at the takeaways here so we understand what's going on, what markets are good for it, what markets are bad for it. We've seen here, Illinois has got the highest rate. We're looking at the numbers here. And then this is basically the data by state. So if you're in your state, you can take a screenshot, go check it out, see where you're at on this, just to help you understand the numbers here. But let's see here. So we got rate rank and all this stuff. So all I got to do is look at the Q1 percentage from previous quarter and then of last year. So if you look on Alabama, they actually have less pre-foreclosures. But if you look at Alaska, Alaska's got a tiny population, right? But Florida, 1% over last year, but over last quarter, it's up 16%. So these are the recent ones that are really running up like crazy. And the small states, not much, but 34% for Mississippi, right? Ohio. Here's the concerning part. Every market's always a little different. But like in Ohio, yeah, from a year ago, it's not much change, but from previous quarter, it's going up. And so that's kind of recent trends on there. So they're pretty good with their methodologies on here. And really, as you can see throughout the entire economy here, let's show this one too. Basically, I'm just not telling you, I'm not going after one, but as you can see here, we got a bunch of articles talking about upticks in trends and things. Basically, this is just for Florida though. And so we're seeing the affordability thing going on here, and they're trying more things on here, but with the rates rising, a lot of people don't want to go somewhere else. But honestly, what I've personally found in wholesaling real estate, the rates are not really going to affect it much. If someone's got a pre-foreclosure and an issue with the property, it's going to happen. I don't care if they locked in a 3% rate. If they lost their job, it's going to be a pre-foreclosure. And so once we understand that stuff, we got to understand how to go after it and how to wholesale houses with it. So if you do go to freewholesaling.com, so quick little plug here. That's my free real estate wholesaling course where I teach you how to wholesale houses, stick it for free, bottom right-hand corner there. You go to the pre-foreclosure section. In the pre-foreclosure process section, you're going to see this pretty simple. We have this graphic. We always talk about this graphic, right? Oops. Where in the world am I? All right. Basically, this is the pre-foreclosure process so we can just understand it, okay? The pre-foreclosure process is pretty simple. You have a seller missed about the first payment, maybe 3 months, right? They are in what we call a pre-foreclosure. They're getting letters from the bank. They're being angry. I mean, nothing crazy like nuts is happening here, but you just got to understand that it'll start happening. So about 120 days, about 3 to 4 months of missed payments, they are in that pre-foreclosure. It's not a foreclosure. It's not getting foreclosed on yet, but it is happening, right? And then in between the foreclosure and the auction date set, we have something called the wholesaling window of time. This is the best time right now to market to these sellers, sign that contract, assign the deal, get some deals, get it before there's an auction. Because once they set that notice of default and they start getting the public notices going on, so the notice of public record, everything's filed, the notice of default, the list pendants, things like that, the auction date will be set eventually. Once the auction date is set, it's not impossible for us to wholesale those houses, right? You can still wholesale them, but just understand that it's a lot harder to do. Once that auction date's set, then your seller's going to be like, okay, now I'm going to finally want to sell now just because there's an auction date. And then there's sometimes not much you can do, which kind of sucks, but it's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. And then really from there, you got the foreclosure auction REO, basically when the banks sell it and they just get what's owed at minimum. Sometimes they take the property over themselves. Most sellers will deal with you 3 to 7 days before the auction. Now, there are redemption periods in some states, but that is very specific. Look up at the redemption period in your state. Remember at freewholesaling.com, we break down foreclosures, pre-foreclosures, how they work out the perfect way. But really what you got to understand about that is this process, right? Most of your sellers are going to be in denial. Oh, I don't want to sell my property. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to do it, blah, 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 right? Of course, they don't want to deal with it. They will tell you they want to actually start selling it right before, like the week of the auction, and say, okay, I want to sell it now. Because, guys, people get in pre-foreclosure not because they're the most proactive sometimes. A lot of procrastination to get in that financial situation. And usually they're procrastinating to the end until they get rid of the property. We still want to deal with people that want to get rid of the property, but there's a lot of motivation because they got to get rid of the property. So we love pre-foreclosures. They're great. So this is what we've seen. You know, pre-foreclosures are spiking every single month. Slowly but slowly but surely, right? It's happening. So, oh, surely. What am I writing today? Slowly but surely. All right. I did this morning. So, all right. Slowly but surely, it is going up. And unfortunately, with the macroeconomic environment we're going on, we're seeing unemployment slightly rising. Uh, actually, was it? I didn't look at the last unemployment numbers. Let's look at the last unemployment numbers. And we could see unemployment numbers for the previous. So it looks like unemployment is pretty stacked. Let's see. It says the unemployment ranging from, let's see here. Here's the data. It looks like unemployment, yeah, it's pretty much the same, 3.4 to 3.5. So I was wrong on that. So I stand corrected there. So it's not the unemployment that's spiking. It's mostly, I mean, just being honest, probably I would say the economy, right? So of course the unemployment's pretty much the same. It's still decently low, but I would say with inflation, with a lot of people not being able to afford things, that it's most likely that, right? One thing on top of that too, I would say with increased foreclosure filings is just with the inflation being crazy, that's probably one of the most common ones. And the economy, the unemployment rate's fine. Like it's not crazy, but we got to understand a lot of people leaving the labor market. That is popping up too. And those are people not in the unemployment rate. Don't get me started on the unemployment rate because that's such a weird, stupid statistic. But people jump out of and they just don't want to get jobs, and some just want to, get the government assistance. It's still spiking. So those are numbers that aren't in that data set, which kind of sucks, but it's fine. But we see with inflation going up, a lot of people just, they can't make ends meet and they just got to get rid of the property. And sometimes they'll go with you for a wholesaling deal, right? That's kind of the point here. But slowly but surely, we have been seeing for 21 months straight that it does keep increasing. And it's still up 10% from previous month over month. And then you see it keep going up. And so pre-foreclosure is going to keep going up. And that's what we got to understand. So last month versus this month, there's more pre-foreclosures. Next month, there's going to be more. You just see the trend going up. Until I see a dip, I'll let you guys know. But this basically means that this list is just going up. Can you imagine if the high equity list or the probate list has triple more leads now than it was from a couple of years ago? That would be insane. There's more probate deals. Oh my gosh, I'd love that, right? But probates are basically when people pass away. Those stats don't spike up like crazy for wholesaling real estate, past decades. So we're not going to see that. And really, this is a phenomenon in wholesaling real estate that I haven't seen since the tired landlord. So when the panoramic started, I say that word, not the pan, the other word, because YouTube doesn't like me saying that. And I don't want to get this video off air. But basically what that means is so many people couldn't evict their tenants. And that was an amazing list for wholesaling. And those tired landlords that spiked like crazy. And it's just something I took advantage of. But in wholesaling real estate, high equities don't do that. Probates don't do that. Vacant properties don't do that. But for the one really easily available list that has tripled the amount of those type of leads, pre-foreclosure is basically the only one. And I want you guys to get that through your head that pre-foreclosures are the most motivated leads. And they're actually not that difficult to wholesale. If you do the right marketing, you can get in front of them pretty easy. And the best part about pre-foreclosures is they cost $0 at all to start marketing to. And that's the point of this video. It literally costs no money to go out here and start wholesaling pre-foreclosure deals. And the one thing I want you guys to understand is pre-foreclosure leads are, and I will say they are, this is hands down, the toughest list to cold call. Because remember, if they're behind on their mortgage payments, that they are getting loan sharks calling them, financial servicing companies, realtors. You got everyone contacting these pre-foreclosures. I'll help you save your property. Here's, give me a loan, refi the property, blah, 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 right? You get all this stupid stuff. This is the toughest list to be cold calling. Hands down in wholesaling real estate, it's the hardest one. That's why I don't do it. That's why I don't talk about it. That's a big rookie mistake a lot of people have is they cold call the pre-foreclosure list, right? Cold call a tire landlord list instead. But remember, if no one's answering the phone, because these pre-foreclosure sellers, when I used to go on appointments, these pre-foreclosure sellers would get like 5 phone calls in like 30 minutes. They just answer their phone anymore. But guess how they communicate? They will read all the texts that they get. So guess what that means? Text them, right? You could text them. You can send them some direct mail. There's a lot of things to do. So when you are doing pre-foreclosure leads, how do you go out here and market to them? right? Number one, I'll tell you, there's just 3 ways to go contact a pre-foreclosure for wholesaling real estate. I found it to be reverse trying for dollars. I found it to be direct mail and SMS text blasting. Reverse trying for dollars is basically putting a sticky note on the property. You drive, you see a pre-foreclosures, you kind of put a list on there. Now it costs $0 to do reverse trying for dollars too. You can go on Apple Maps, Google Maps, whatever you want, and just put 5 pre-foreclosures on like stops. Or you can use an app like dmzach.com just to pop it up like that. Hey, give me a list of all the pre-foreclosures, pop it in, make a little route, and then just drive on there, put the sticky notes. Hey, this is Zach. I got a quick question about the property. Please give me a call back. Pretty much as simple as that. And then that works too. You can send some letters, you can send postcards, but I've personally found SMS text blasting to be the best one. That's personally what I found. And then, every time I mention the word, it's been a hot topic lately on the channel. I don't know why. But every single time I talk about SMS text blasting, there's always 3 or 4 people that do this. Oh, here we go. Zach's telling me to SMS text blast. He probably wants me to spend $4,000 a month on SMS text blasting. That's right. I get that all the time. They all cry and scream at me. And guys, if you actually go to freeholding.com, which I beg everyone to do, I don't know why, but they always do this thing. They just cry because I can't do SMS. I don't have the money. You can do SMS text blasting absolutely for free. It costs no money to SMS text blast. Now, there's paid ways to do it, right? You use smsact.com and send thousands of thousands a day and get a lot of great deals, but you don't have to do that. I want you to understand that there is a free reverse drawing for dollars SMS pre-foreclosure method that I always talk about. I always tell everyone to do it. And nobody stinking listens to me except for a select few of you. And then I get you on my podcast because you're like, oh my gosh, I listened to Zach's advice and I made hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I'm 19 years old. Wow. Right. And then I literally interview these people and they're like, hey, what did you do? I actually listened to what you said. And I know most people don't do it, but I did. And I did well. It's shocking to me that people actually listen to what I have to say and they actually end up doing well. Crazy. Right. So let's get into my free reverse driving for dollars SMS pre-foreclosure method. It is not crazy. It's not this crazy complicated method that, the gurus want me to make this complicated. I ain't going to make it complicated. So this way, basically it is. All right. You go. So first of all, how do I find the pre-foreclosure list? The pre-foreclosure list you get from your public records. So if you want to do it for free, you go to your public records. We're going to do it completely free right now. Okay. You go to your public records. You go to the county, clerk of the court. Let's say I'm in Dayton, Ohio. We're going to go to the Montgomery County, Ohio public records. So you can either do it online or you can do it basically by going in person. So we go in person. We want to look for the notice of defaults, and then we want to go out here and notice for the list pendants. So list pendants, notice of default. List pendants is basically a Latin term, and that's basically when they are proceeding with a motion to do something pretty serious on a court action. And so basically what this means is we're going to go out here and we're going to get any of those leads, all list pendances, all notice of default on sellers. And most list pendances will be pre-foreclosure. Some won't. Just got to make sure and kind of read it. Make sure. Usually the notice of default of list pendants is with a company that has, that they get loans out. So Quicken Loans, Bank of America, Chase does this. And really what you got to look at when you're getting this data, make sure the loan that the person is behind on is over like $50,000. So what does that mean? So the average house in Dayton, Ohio is probably like 140, 130, maybe 180. I mean, there's $1 million houses in Dayton, right? But like the average one's like 150, 160. And so if there's a loan amount for notice of default for like $2,000 from Capital One, it's most likely not a loan. Yeah, that's probably a credit card one, but I just letting you know that it's probably one you should be going after, but it's mostly not that, right? And usually when you're getting this data, there's a property attached to that court filing, which you get for free too. But if the loan amount's like $75,000 or $100,000, that's probably not a credit card. Most credit cards for the average Joe don't go up to that amount. And so it's fine, right? And that's like Chase, and Chase gives out, they give out loans and stuff like that. So that's fine. Bank of America does that. There's financial mortgage companies, right? It's pretty easy to do, right? If you go to freeholding.com, actually, when I mentioned that podcast, that kid that made $700,000, guess what he did? This is a shocking statement, but he only went after probate pre-foreclosures. I have a video. This is a classic video I have on the freeholding.com, basically free wholesaling course. And I literally go behind the computer for like an hour and I say, okay, we are going to go out here and look for the probates. And we're going to look for the pre-foreclosures and we're going to call them. That's all I did for an hour. It's on freehousing.com right now. You just go over my shoulder and watch me do it. It's amazing. Like, it's crazy, but I actually did that. And then he did that and then did really well with it, right? Wink, wink. You should probably do the same thing. But like, I just went through it. I show you, okay, this looks like a mortgage. This looks like a credit card. I show you the real data. And unfortunately, it has to be at freehousing.com, not on YouTube, because YouTube does not like me giving personal data out, but I don't really care. Freehousing.com got you covered. And so basically, you get that information. You basically, I mean, you can get their phone number, right? But basically what you want to do is just do reverse trying for dollars. So you get all those properties, you go create. So honestly, I just got to show you on my phone, right? Just so it's really easy for you to do. So let's do, I do Miami, right? And I'll do directions to Miami. Okay, I'm not giving out my personal location. Let's do, okay. So I don't know if it can be seen here, but I just did Fort Lauderdale to Miami. There's a little thing right here called add stop. All right. Let's see here. I added a stop right there. So I clicked add stop. And when I click add stop, I can actually add extra addresses. So I can drop, like, this is crazy right here, but I can drop like 50 addresses if I wanted to. Let's see here. So I can add like 15 properties and it can give me a route that's the most effective. And I'm just going to go to that person's house. I'm going to stick a sticky note on the property and just guess what I put in the sticky note? Hey, this is Zach. I had a quick question about your property. Please give me a call back. That's literally all I write. That's literally all I put down. That's it. And then what I do on top of that, this is a very, 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 very important part, is I take my phone, I take a picture just like this. I go, boop, 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 boop. Take a pic of the property. I go to truepeoplesearch.com. I find their phone number, and then I send that phone number a picture of the property, and I say, is everything okay? My partner just drove by, and he saw this. You text it so they actually contact you back. Oh, yeah, that's the owner. What's going on? You probably get an angry call. You just want the response. Trust me. More responses, more sellers, more deals. Hey, my partner just drove by the house, or, my partner had me drive by the house, and it seemed like something that we were actually looking to purchase. Like, this is in our criteria. Just seeing if you're looking to sell the property at all. Just in the neighborhood, we saw it. Seems like something we want to buy. Maybe a good rental for him, for us, right? Maybe something we could flip, right? Whatever, because your cash buyer is going to flip it, right? And I'm telling you, you could probably, so with regular SMS text blasting, you got to go through all these hoops and stuff. That's why SMSZach.com, direct to carrier. You got no opt-in, no Twilio, none of that stupid reply stuff. That's why I love SMSZach.com. But you don't have to deal with any cost at all, because you can send about 30 or 40 texts from your phone and it doesn't come up spam, none of that stuff. You just got to stay under 30 to 40. If you send 30 out for a month straight, you send 1,000 SMS pre-foreclosures, there's a good chance you're going to get some really good quality leads, and heck, maybe even deal from doing that. So this is why it's super, 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 super important you use my free reverse trying for dollars SMS pre-foreclosure method. It's so underrated, but you can send thousands of texts absolutely for free. You can send thousands of texts absolutely for free with this method. So go out here and do it. If you want to learn exactly how to pull that list and things like that, go to freehousing.com. If you want to pay for it, you can use listria.com, zachdata.com, dmzac.com's already got them in there. And that's how I would do it. And that's how we attack the pre-foreclosures, guys and gals. You can go out here and start attacking pre-foreclosures. I'm telling you, if you just start the game right now, and no, don't expect tomorrow you start pulling it and you're going to get a deal instantly, right? It's a long game. Maybe a month in, a month, 2 months, you just got to keep going after it. There's not a million pre-foreclosures. But when I'm going out here and talking about bang for your buck, you put 2 hours of work in to get a deal, that's why one of the best ROT. So we talk about ROI, ROT, return on time. So we talk return on investment, right? Pre-foreclosures are free. So you can make $40,000 pre-foreclosure deal and it costs $0 at all. The ROI is infinite on that, right? I mean, it's literally 40 grand divided by $0. It's the ROI is stupid, right? And so it's basically infinite. Divide by 0 equals 0, but we're not going into that math right now, okay? But it's basically infinite. But return on time, this is the thing we got to talk about. What is it going to be my return on my time investment? I pour 10 hours a week into this. How much money am I going to make? That's where you got to understand. And so go after it, guys. Pre-foreclosures, freewholesaling.com. That's how we got you covered. And that is how I'm going to help you become a wholesaling real estate genius, get rich in wholesaling real estate, and help you out here. So let's do a quick audio check. We're just going to check that everyone is doing good here. And yeah, guys, go to freewholesaling.com. I'm very, very excited about all the stuff because I truly believe we are going to help you become the best wholesaler possible today. So let's go here. Check the audio. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Beautiful. All right. So it's all working good and we're ready to go. So let's get it going. So yeah, credit card debt is near highs. Let's actually go check that out. I did see a little article on that. Let's see here. Let's read the article here. This is from updated 4 hours ago. Oh, shoot. Stevie, you're onto something now. Let's go here. So CNBC has this article here. Let's go check it out, right? This credit card debt lien lists. I have it on freewholesaling.com. This definitely might be something you want to be checking out. U.S. credit card debt hits a record $930 billion, with younger Americans having the highest delinquency rate. Select breaks down some tips on, okay, I don't really care about paying down tips, but let's look at the rates. Wow. Credit card delinquency rate increased. Is that 0.6% or 16? They are so stupid on this. I think that's a typo. It says 16%. And then from previous quarter, younger Americans have a 76 higher delinquency rate. Of course they do. I mean, I don't think it's crazy, but it says, I mean, it's record amount of debt, which is insane. And so we're seeing, you know, student loan debt, credit card debt's the new thing, and it weighs on you, and there are liens on properties. And so it's definitely something we got to start looking at, right? And so those forbearances are going crazy. So nuts, right? And so, yeah, credit card debt lien list, go after it. So it's the notice of default, the sections, right? The liens, and just see from a credit card company. Usually they just look like liens from banks, but if the lien's like $3 or $4 grand, it's definitely a credit card debt lien list. So those are a great one to be going after. I always talk about it. So yeah. Let's see here. Hey, Zach, hopefully I get my first contract this week, but still don't sell my paper in New York. No. Let me know where in New York. Maybe can hit somebody up in the chat here, maybe someone in the comments, and see if you can connect someone. I'm trying to surely but slowly get the JV done the right way. But yeah. All right, let's see here. You shouldn't really scare you. Which shouldn't really. What problem does somebody have? Wait. Okay. No, I would say this: foreclosure leads do have the worst attitudes. It is true, but you got to understand this. Let's see here. So since SMS tutorial on launch control, the tutorial on launch control is at freewholesaling.com, I believe. I'll be there in a couple of days because we got our big announcement going on Thursday. So this week it'll be on there. I also posted it on the YouTube channel, the launch control tutorial for everyone. Actually, let me show you the tutorial. But do the free method starting out. I'll tell you that. So yeah, there it is right there. All right. There's a tutorial for you. All right. Also, we're doing some one-on-ones today. So go to the Facebook group, Wholesaling House is Free, and we'll get that going. Let's see what other questions we got here. So would you recommend someone from Upwork or Fiverr to create a bot to scrub data for foreclosure? I would just hire a VA to do it for you. The scrape tool, it's okay. I mean, if you can get a tool to do it, I see people do it all the time. It is okay. But getting a VA to do it, just getting the fresh data is probably the best one. see here. So Jason says, what map did you say that you can map the route? So basically you can use Google Maps or you can use Apple Maps and just create directions. And then there should be a plus sign with an add stop feature. Let me know if you see it. Let me know if you don't see it, but it's the best way to do it. Obviously like dmzac.com, other servers like that have it, but I'm telling you, it's crazy. And so let's do some one-on-ones too today. So if you want to hop on, talk to me, you got questions, I'd love to help you out. Just go to Wholesaling Houses for Real. That is my free real estate wholesaling mastermind group and Facebook group where we'll help you out wholesale houses. So let's see here. All right, you go to Wholesaling Houses for Real, and right here you're on here, and all you gotta do is click the pinned feature right here. So you see that, click that. There is a streamer link right there to hop on and talk to me, and I'll hop on and talk to you one-on-one and help you out become the best wholesaler possible. So without further ado, let's get into it and let's get it. Lon. Lon. Yo. Lon. All right, Lon. See you later. Jason. Hello, Jason. Everyone's MIA today. I don't get it. Hey, whatever. You want to hop on and talk to us? I'll put the streamer link on there too, so anyone can go out here and talk. No, we'll get it going, guys. So let's see here. Trev says, if I have the money, should I utilize it by hiring VAs to cold call for me? Or should I text blast using Launch Pro? What would you think would cold calling? Do you think since cold calling would cost more? Thanks. Love the info. Travis, I need to know what market you're in, and that'll help me out. And also on top of that, I need to know where exactly, like what type of list you're doing. I need to know how much time you have in this business, stuff like that. That's probably going to be the best way for me to do it, right? And so Jess says, what if you don't have a Facebook account? You need a Facebook account. And I'm letting you know, like it costs no money at all. You can put, a fake name if you want. I don't really care. But there's cash buyers on Facebook. You got to connect with them. That's why it's got to be on there. Trey. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Hey, man. Sorry, this is still going on here. Trying to close that out. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up? How can I help you out?
Sorry. Yeah, so I've just had a couple. I just have like one question, really. So my first deal, the way I got it was government list, fire damage properties.
I remember your first deal.
And now the records, the public records office won't give me that information anymore. The street addresses are redacted.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. This seems to be lagging. I don't know why.
I can still hear you. It's fine. See, they redacted the street addresses on it. Huh.
Right.
Okay.
And yeah.
Did you ask for them to unredact it?
Oh yeah, I called, spoke to a regular person, spoke to hold on, I gotta fix this.
You're fine. I can hear you.
But I can hear like two of myself.
Okay.
And then two of you too.
Well, how about you fix that and I can hop you back on then?
Okay.
All right. Sounds good, man. Hello.
Hey, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. How are you doing?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm blessed. What's up? I haven't talked to you in a while.
I know. The baby popped out, so that's
oh wow. Congratulations.
Thank you. So question with fire damaged properties. So I talked to my local fire department and they got the whole list of all the fire damaged properties. However, then she got the idea that I have to get it through the clerk of court. So she sent it over to them And then they are telling me that it's like private information and they can't do that. And I know like I need to keep fighting for it and perseverance and all of that. But they're saying that it's like private data, and because like the firefighters are like volunteer or whatever, like that it's not actually public data. Like I don't know like what kind of BS they're trying to tell me and like how to work past that. Like what kind of recommendations would you give for that?
This is easy. Can you give me a statute saying I can't get this data?
They did actually. They
What does
said
the statute say?
I don't have it on me right now. I just kind of hopped on a whim right now, so I don't have it on me at the moment. But it's pretty much.
What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here.
It's something to do with that it's like private information, and the other part that they told me is that like if it's not like a list that they automatically or already have like a system in place for having those reports drawn, they don't have to go outside of that to like create a new report. So like I was trying to reason with them to say like you don't even have to create this report because the lady already sent it over to you, and it's already there. You guys already have it. Why can't you just release it to me? But they're like, nope, that's not like a standard protocol thing that we have. So we're not going to create like a new report for you. And that's like, they gave another statute that like backed that up apparently.
Well, if I don't have the if I don't have the statute, I can't read it. So there's not much I need the statute to really look at it, because usually how words are written, it's very interesting how they put it. So I get statutes thrown at me all the time, and it's like, yeah, that's for classified confidential information.
Yeah.
Like they'll throw a statute at me saying, you know, life or death, I can't give you this information. I'll look at them like, this isn't military. I used to get military classified records as statutes in Florida. And I'm like, this isn't military. This is a water shut off list, right? And so you got to reason with them. Number one, this is private data. Okay, well, give me a statute showing it is. And then number two, and first and foremost, you don't have a list of all the houses you bring your firefighters on. Like you don't know that. Like our firefighter, they spends probably thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars for a fire truck to go to a house, and you don't even have a record of that happening. Oh, we have a record of it. Well, can I have the information for it? Right. That's it. One extra thing too is that fire department, do they have a Facebook group or a Facebook page?
That one does not, and that was my other reasoning point with them. And like other fire departments in our state have, they have like Twitter pages and stuff where they legit post like screenshots.
They do. It's crazy.
So I'm like, how's that private for you guys? Yet they're over here blasting it on social media. So
they do to show people like, hey, we're actually worth the funding. We're actually going out here and fighting fires. If you're not transparent, it's like they could just be sitting on their butt all day doing nothing, right? And maybe that's what they're doing, right? A lot of people are scared. The fire department in my county, they work their butts off. Like I got friends in there, and it's very public what they do.
Yeah.
I would probably ask for a manager or someone higher up. That's all you can do. You got somebody who's feeling butthurt that you're asking for it, and they have a little God complex going, and so we gotta.
I asked the managers, and then even like the attorneys at the courthouse, like also gave me the same spiel. So I am not really sure how to argue with an attorney.
Have you talked to the chief of the fire department?
Well, they kind of, once they realized that the county people are like hesitant to give that, they like want their hands clean and they don't really want to get involved. They're like, sorry, we did our part. We gave the list over to them, and it's between you and them. If
It's
they're
not a court record. There's no court filing when you go to a fire, right? And so they're completely separate.
Yeah, I don't know. So then should I?
Don't say you don't. You know what to do. Get a meeting with the chief of the fire department.
Okay.
Request one. Demand it.
Okay, hold on. I found the legal verbiage. Give me a second to find it in the fine print. One sec. Is there a way I could share this?
Is there a share screen? Probably not for you.
I don't believe so. No, there's not.
Then probably not.
Okay. I guess I'll try to do this next time.
Okay. You can also DM it to me.
Okay. Okay. I'll do that. Thank you so much. That's all.
All right.
for
I'll
today.
read it up. All right. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see here. I'm going to ask, how do I go live? Watch when I start out. You got to, first of all, watch the YouTube video. I show you how to go into the Facebook group, and it's pinned on the featured tab. Click there. There's a StreamYard link right there. That's basically it. Trey, you doing better?
Yeah, should be.
All right.
Okay.
So the info is redacted.
So yeah, correct. Yeah, they were giving it to me at first, no problem. I mean, I got like 3 different, lists from them, over like 3 months, and now all of a sudden they're just redacting the information. Obviously, you can do nothing without a street address. I called, spoke to a sales associate, spoke to a supervisor, spoke to a director, and they all said that they actually weren't supposed to give me that information the first few times that they did, and that it's like violation of KRS or something like that. Just one of the statutes, I guess, of my state.
What the statute say?
I should have. It did say something about privacy.
What about
how they, essentially they pretty much said that they can't give that information out because it would invade someone's privacy. And I came back with, that's public information.
Trey,
I've gotten them before.
Info, bro, I need more info.
Okay.
Like, what information is too private? Their social security number, I get it, but like, does it say specifically address on it, or is it
yeah.
blank?
Well, the actual words, the paragraph that they showed me, KRS-One, I don't know, I have to go back, but they said that I couldn't get that information. So,
all right, does that specifically talk about address in the KR whatever thing? Is the word
I'd have to go
at all?
I'd have to go back and look, but I think it was.
But if we don't know, we don't know. The thing is, a lot of people, I'd say, they throw statues at you, and they want you to go away. Someone threw a statue at you, and now you're running away, and you're doing exactly what they want you to do. Read the actual statute. When a guru tells me that wholesaling's illegal, and I actually read the law, and I'm like, oh wow, I actually read the law. You're smart enough to read a law. Like, everyone's smart enough. You want to be a lawyer to do it. Is the word address in it at all? You got to figure that out. Most of the statutes, there's always privacy statutes in every single city in the United States. Every single one. Because obviously they have your social security. They don't want to give that publicly, right? But the address is not going to be on there. And so read it and come back to me. That's all I can tell you.
All right, I will do that. But yeah, like I said, I talked to the director and everything. Called him a couple times about it. I definitely read it and stuff. But pretty much I was just wanting to know, if I am not able to get it, like if I'm not able to procure those lists anymore or something, I mean, it's not going to stop me, obviously. I'm just going to, do prop stream. Because like I said last time, I'm just trying to get these first few deals completely free. But, whatever I got to do it. So I'm going to follow up with that and then, contact you back.
All right. Are you drawing $2 right now?
Yeah, I'm doing all that whenever I can after I'm working and stuff. But really,
Trey, I have an important question for you.
Yes, sir.
Next red light you have, you got to show me where your sticky notes are in the car.
Gotcha.
Are they there?
Well, yeah, no, really, I don't. I use a notebook.
I use a notebook right now.
No. I don't go up and put them on the doors. I just don't even feel like it's completely necessary. But maybe I should.
You don't feel like your success is necessary?
Yeah, I could have seen that coming.
Necessary. I don't. It's
You're
not
right.
necessary for me to get a wholesaling deal. Tell me that, and I'll give it. You can't.
I guess I'm kind of spoiled. Yeah, you're right. I agree with you, boss. I guess. Yeah, because like the first one I got, it was ridiculous, and I know it's not going to be like that every time, but it was like 4 hours of me cold calling, and boom. I left a message for someone because they didn't answer. They called me back, and that was that first deal. And so I was just really focusing on these government lists right now. Plus, I work and stuff, which isn't an excuse. But like right now, I'm literally calling you at work. But yeah, I mean, I do need to do as many marketing tactics as possible. I need to do full maximum effort. That's a fact. But yeah, really, when I'm just driving around, I do always keep it in my mind. I don't get out and pull up on anybody's door. I just will write down the address and use that, as a call for later. But yeah, I definitely need to, keep going a little bit harder. It's just this was stumping me, this government list thing. I was like, you guys were just giving it to me, and now all of a sudden they're just steadfast. No, you can't have it. It's against people's pride. But yeah, I'm gonna get back with you on that. I don't want to waste any more of your time, boss. But so okay, like if I don't have the government lists available, PropStream is still a sufficient amount of leads that I could pull and still be successful, right?
Yeah, give me the statute. Also, after work today, you go to the dollar store, you pick up $2 of sticky notes. It's 1,000 sticky notes. It's fine. You're going to keep that in the car with a pen, all right? Don't say you're spoiled. You only got one deal. You got to keep it up.
You're right.
Okay, bro?
You're right. No, you're right.
Success is your duty, okay? It's your duty. You deserve it. It's necessary.
True.
Sticky notes are part of the equation, bro.
You're right. I've been kind of just bypassing that, but I need to get to it. You're right. Everything else that you said to do, I did, and it worked out. So I should keep listening.
All right, dude. Get it going.
All right, but I'll be back, whenever on one of these lives with that statue, so we can go over it. But I'll try to figure it out beforehand also. But thanks anyway, Zach.
I will not talk to you if you do not have a sticky note in the car.
Yes.
All right. Have a good one. I'm being mean, but guys, when I hear someone say that, I don't think it's necessary for me to do sticky note. I don't think it's necessary for me to go the extra mile to get a deal. All I hear is I don't think it's necessary for me to live my dreams. I don't think it's necessary for me to go get my first wholesaling deal. I don't think it's necessary for me to go out here and be the person I deserve to be, my family deserves to be, and what I am going to be in the future. When I hear that, when I hear you say that, that's an excuse in my mind, guys. Dude, quit the excuses. Get rich, get going. This is what this business is all about. This is not a business for the weak. It's for strong people. And you got to go the extra mile, guys. Your competition, the people listen to the broke gurus. That's what I hear. Oh, it's too much work to do that. It's not necessary. I don't do that. I do the hard work. When you listen to this channel, you do the hard work. You go the extra mile. You do what you have to do. You do what it takes. You do what other people aren't willing to do. And once you're able to do the things that other people aren't willing to do, you get the money that other people aren't going to have. That's the point. So guys, go the extra mile. If someone says, oh, I don't want to give you the list. I don't give the fire damage property list. Shut up. I don't care. Don't give me an excuse. We're going to figure a way around it. You give me a wall, climb over the wall. Go under, dig under. I don't care. Whatever obstacle somebody gives to you right now in life, in wholesaling real estate, from a government agency, that is not going to stop me from marketing and talking to motivated sellers. Do not let somebody stop you from living your dreams. And so when someone says, I can't give you the list, make it personal. Michael Jordan always said, that got personal. Make it personal for you. Make your duty, make your success a necessity. Eat, breathe, live wholesaling real estate. Of course you got a job. That's okay. But just understand that you have to make that decision in yourself. You have to make it click in your mind that there's nothing that's going to stop me from being rich, from being successful and living the life of my dreams. If you cannot make that decision to yourself, if you do not change your mindset, guys, I get people, Trey, I love Trey. He got his first deal and he's still saying that to himself. He can do it. I know it's just a mindset shift in your mind. You have to go out here and do what it takes and be that person that gets up in the morning and goes after it, talks to sellers and doesn't stop. Go the extra mile, get rich and do what you have to do. You know what you have to do. Everybody knows what they have to do. Talk to sellers. Go to freewholesaling.com. Learn how to get it going, and it will lead you to wholesaling success, guys. I don't know how many times I have to say it. It's not the hustle, hard work thing. It's do what you know you have to do. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, starting wholesaling real estate sucks. Of course. It's a lot of work. But that lot of work brings you to a lot of money. And that's the point. Nobody got rich in wholesaling real estate by sitting on their lazy butt all day and not going the extra mile, not doing the tough work it needed to do. Guys, I talk to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people pretty much every single month that send me their first deal. Oh my gosh, got your first deal. Oh, consistent deals. Oh, I'm getting all this money, right? Thank you so much, Zach. They all had to work hard. You're going to sit on your butt. You're not going to be spoiled out here. You got to go out here and do the work. If you do not do the work, you do not deserve the success. Where you're at in your life right now, Look at where you're at right now in your wholesaling business. Are you getting consistent deals? If you're not getting consistent deals, you're probably not consistently taking action, consistently doing marketing. Yeah, you might be working hard. You might be going out here marketing, but there's always more to do. There's always more to do. It is never shameful at all to go out here and do the hard work. If I have never met one wholesaler that went up to me and said, Zach, I did 1,000 drawing for dollars leads every single month for 12 months straight, and I didn't get one deal. I never heard that. I pulled every single probate lead and I cold called them myself personally for an entire year straight, and I never got a deal. I've never heard that. I have never heard that once. You know why? Because people that do it, they come out of that and they get wholesaling real estate deals. Just the amount of volume you have, it happens. And so when you go out here and you really think about, am I doing it enough or am I doing as much? You got to go out here and do it, guys. There's a million ways to make $1 million in wholesaling real estate. I want you to be fired up. Not for me. I shouldn't be the person hyping you up or getting you excited to wholesale houses. I'm not that type of guy. I shouldn't be that person. It should be you. You look at yourself right now and you look at yourself that you should be in the future and that you will be in the future. That should jack you up in the morning. I can be, oh, I'm tired. I worked all day. Guys, I remember starting out wholesaling real estate, 17 years old. Of course, I was a lot younger. Wrestling practice all day, working 8 to 9 hours as a bag boy, going to college classes, high school classes, volunteering soup kitchens every single weekend, doing all this stuff, and then wholesaling on top of that. Of course I was tired. But guess what? I still got up at 5 a.m. in the morning to go put bandit signs out. You know why? Because I was not going to be the bum that sat on my butt that worked a job for the rest of my life. I did not want to be that person. I knew I was worth more, and I knew I was a better person. I knew I wasn't worth minimum wage. I had to go out here and do it myself. A lot of you guys out here that actually go into here hustling, I respect the grind, but you got to remember, it's not about hustling for a week. It's not about going out here and working tough and working so hard for a day or two. It's about doing the hard work, the hustle, the grind every day, day in and day out. That is it. That if you put in the work, not for a day or a week, that's fine. For a month, oh, that's great. But for a year straight, I'm telling everybody, if you can just put in hard work every single day, if you dedicate your life, just a year of your life into wholesaling houses and actually talking to as many motivated sellers as possible on the top lists, you'll be successful. But if you're not willing to go out here and put the grind in, you will not be successful. Guys, winners win and losers lose. You got to understand where you're going to be in this wholesaling game. If you quit, you're a loser. But if you haven't got your first deal, you're not a loser. You're a winner in training and you're going on here. You only lose in this business when you quit. So don't quit. Keep it up. Keep the action going. Keep it going. Don't stop. But 1 year for the rest of your life, you got to remember that. It just takes 1 year to go out here and switch that change and make the change in your mind to change wholesaling real estate in your life. Guys, if you just spend 1 year for the rest of your life, you put 1 year into wholesaling real estate, you go all out, you put the work in every waking hour. Of course, you got your job part-time. You're just going. That will be the year that makes your first $100,000 in wholesaling real estate. And that changes everything. I've seen it, guys. You go to my podcast, you see all the testimonies, go to freehousing.com, you see all these checks. I see it. I make you guys millionaires. I make you guys hundreds of thousands of dollars. I do it. But all these people decided to make that change in life. Unless you're willing to make that change to put all in for a year, it will change your trajectory of your life forever. So if you're willing to do it, guys, go to freehousing.com. It's right there. It's going to get you excited, get you going, guys. Sorry for my little rant here, but I'm going to tell you right now, if you're not willing to make that change, if you're not willing to make that sacrifice for yourself, you got nowhere to go. I'm telling you, you got to do it for yourself. You got to do it for your family. And that's what it's all about. Getting rich in wholesaling real estate. Baby, that's what it's all about. Abdel.
What's up, Zach? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's up, man?
I just have a question, man. So, I really appreciate everything you and your dad are doing, but so I went to the code violations office yesterday, and they're basically saying me that there is no list and that there's a website where I can search up if the property has a code violation or not. I don't know how I should go about that because I don't know if they're telling me the truth or not,
Okay.
So,
how question? Mm-hmm. They said they don't have a list of the code violations, right?
Yes, they said there's no list.
Okay. So you asked them right now, okay, so if I decide not to cut the grass on my property and someone reports it to code enforcement, they go out here and see it, they're not going to write a violation for me? They're going to say, no, we'll write a code violation for it.
Mhm.
But after a month or two, how do you know if there's a violation on it or not anymore?
They
Oh,
told me
what do they say?
they gave me a website where I can search if that property has.
Okay, Abdel, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is if I have a property and it has tall grass, which is against the code, and code enforcement finds it, they put it on a database so they know if it's an active violation or not? Or do they just memorize it in their minds?
No, they put it in the
No,
database.
we have a list. So what do you do after the violation is done and it's like no more? Oh, it's not on the list anymore. Okay, well, can I get the list? Or code enforcement. I'd love to go talk to whoever the newspaper is, so the Houston Chronicle or whatever, and let you guys know that code enforcement does not enforce any violations anymore. You don't have any lists. You just go willy-nilly, because this is a breaking story. I'd love to go tell them that. No, we have a list of all the violations. Okay, well, can I have that list? That's it. You just lied to me, said there's no list, but now you said that, no, wait, there is a list. Bro, they have a list, okay?
I don't know why it's so hard to get
You're
it,
like
though.
stinking Santa Claus, bro. They got a list, all right? You just got to get that list.
How should I go back to them again? Because I don't want to be disrespectful or anything, but I want to come with some knowledge to where I sound like I'm making sense, you know?
All right. You're a smart guy. You ain't dumb, dude. You know they have a list, right? Think about it. They deal with all the code violations in the area. They're code enforcement. When someone's against code, they put it on a list, and until they pay the fines, they get taken off that list. Right?
Yep.
So I want a list of all the properties that have a code violation actively on it that you're collecting money on.
Yeah, I'm going to try to go back and speak to someone higher up.
And if someone says we don't have that list, so when code enforcement goes out there, they don't put the property on a list. It's memorized. Like, how does somebody know if the house is a code violation or not? Does the magic computer figure it out, like the website you're telling me? Or does somebody actually have to put it manually on a list? Or does AI just scan the house and say, violation? No, someone's got to look at it, right? It's crazy. They're giving you some BS answer, and I'm just saying this nice. You took it, and you're like, oh, okay, and then you walk away. That's what they're doing. They give you a little BS.
I didn't know too much
give you a little
about
workaround, and then you just walk away, and then you quit. That's what they want most people to do. You got to be persistent. Don't get disrespectful. Just go in there like, I thought about it. Like, of course you guys have a list. I'm a lot meaner. I'm like, remember 1234 Main Street? You guys charged me $300 for a code violation. I knew you had a list. Asked to speak to a manager, a code enforcement officer, any of those people. It's there, bro. I'm telling you.
Thanks. And I have one more other question.
Let it rip.
With you know, I don't have like a extra phone number. I have my personal cell, so I did sign up for Google Voice. And when someone misses a call and they call me back, I see that it has like this robot that answers and like says, this is a Google Voice number.
That's in your settings. You can get rid of that.
I can get rid of that.
In your settings.
Do you know how? Because I kind of sound like a scam.
You go to Google Voice on your computer. There is a wrench icon that looks like settings. It's under settings. Just look it up. You can look it up on YouTube too.
Yeah, I just wanted to figure that out too because I didn't want it to sound like a scam.
Yeah, go to YouTube, say how to remove the Google Voice answering bot, and I'll show you how to do it. All right.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it, Zach.
Appreciate it. Have a good one, man.
You as well.
Jay.
What up, Zach? How you doing?
Blessed, man. What's up? How can I help you out?
Good. You remember I think we spoke about a week ago about that lady. It was like two separate buildings on the same land.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just to update you, it didn't go through. I actually called the lady back and I tried to get her to meet with me, but she kept blaming her getting sick with the virus.
Okay.
So
well, she'll recover.
I don't think I couldn't think of a way around that.
Maybe she's actually sick, dude. You don't want to go meet someone that's sick. That's stupid.
Right.
Your family, you get your grandma. You don't want that.
Exactly. Yep. So what I did was I tried to just have the conversation and let her know, when was
Let me know when you're healthy and I'll go see you.
Say it again.
Just tell her, let me know when you're feeling better, and I'll go see you.
Yeah, the thing is, she was trying to close in 7 days, so I didn't really.
Well, if she doesn't want to sign anything right now, we can't close in 7 days. I mean, you can sign a contract virtually if you want, but
exactly. Yeah, that's what we were gonna do.
all right, then do it. I mean, if she wants 7 days, you're gonna do it there. But here's the thing: I would probably say no to that because she's not gonna want anyone in the house. And if you get your cash buyer sick, they're never going to deal with you again. So,
well, she wasn't living there. It was a rental. Yeah, it was a rental property. But she got real bitter after that. After when was the last time you went to the property? She was like, oh, I don't think that's relevant, and I was just trying to validate her feelings.
It's been too far since she's been
long.
There, and she doesn't know if it's a crappy house or not.
Yeah, exactly. So
she knows she shouldn't do that. She knows she should go see the house. She's feeling bad.
Yeah, she's just bitter. She wants she was trying to pretend that she didn't remember, or that not that she didn't remember, but that we didn't agree on the 295 down from 400, and then she was just like, I don't know if she's old and I don't know, has dementia or something, but because I mean it could happen. She was definitely an older lady, but she was just real bitter. So just to update you, if it didn't go through.
All right, hey. Keep it up, man. Keep your head high. Keep going.
Yeah. So I have a bunch of questions, but I'm just going to ask you one or two.
Okay.
I have them written down. Let me see here. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let me see. All right. So I was actually trying to verify a reference from a cash buyer, and it was land. This guy, he said he purchased 5 acres or more in a company, and I seen a residential deal with it, but ended up being the cash buyer wasn't really a legit for our qualifying process, the one that you recommend. But in the future, how would I go about, checking to see a deal that happened on 40 acres of land?
Public record.
Public record. So, Orlando's public record.
Orange County.
Orange County was just a land search.
Orange County public records. Look at the deed.
Okay. All right, I'll look into that one. And then I actually been using the batch dialer, and I wanted to know what your tips were for the call results, and then your follow-up system that you have in relation to that.
So what do you mean on analyzing the data?
Yeah, because if somebody doesn't pick up, you just put a call result, no answer.
Oh, the call result. Yeah, no answer. I always drop a voicemail, so we just put. I mean, our team always drop a voicemail, so
right.
Voicemail dropped, no answer. I mean, between you and me, man, we'll call a list. We'll just go through that list and then recall it. A couple months later.
Right. So that's what I'm doing. I just recently finished the list of 746 numbers, I guess, or addresses with up to 3 numbers. And I already went through it, and I'm going to recycle the list. Obviously, I'm not going to call the people that do not call. Motivated sellers, I'm not going to call those. But, I mean, I really only have 6 call results. I kept it simple. Do not call, motivated seller, didn't answer, voicemail, and then wrong number. And I think that's it. Or not interested at the moment. And, I'll target them again.
Yeah, so that's okay. I wouldn't put motivated seller because if someone's interested in selling, it doesn't make them a motivated seller yet. We got to qualify them there. And so how our team usually does it is if they say they want to sell it, it goes kind of what green, interested. Acquisitions deals with it. Not my problem anymore. Now, you can get really niched out. I can go and export that and then find all the no answers and then text that. That's something you can do too. That's something we've done in the past, but we just do such a huge blanket in our local market that it doesn't really matter. We'll just get all the vacants and just call it. All the high just call it. And then a couple months later, we'll recall the entire list. So I don't really get too much in that information just because we're doing so many leads.
Right. Yeah, I'm actually, so I haven't set up SMS or anything like that just because I'm just getting started. And
yeah, you don't have to.
I'm doing sticky notes and code calling. And then maybe
that free texting thing I told you to do.
Say it again.
Did you listen to the presentation? We had the free little texting thing you can do too?
No, I actually got on this. Are you talking about this call today?
Yeah.
I got on it late. I was actually
All right,
doing
no big
some
deal.
real estate work before.
Go back. There's a you can watch it in 2x speed or whatever. Just when you get back
Right.
today, I showed you a free method that you can go text on your phone. Okay.
Okay.
So when you're driving for dollars, basically what you do is you can take a picture of the house and just text that person. Say, hey, is everything okay on the house?
Okay.
You'll get good response rates. And then you don't have to call them. Saves you some time too.
Oh, okay. That's a good way to do it.
You said like 30 or 40 a day. It's another bonus thing to help you get that first deal.
Okay, cool. I'll definitely rewatch this one then. Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah,
But
man.
all right, man. Yeah, I mean, obviously I have more questions, but I don't want to take too much time. I know you probably have other callers.
Of course, man.
All right.
Yeah,
Thanks
we got a
again,
lot of
Zach.
people, but appreciate it, man. See you
All right,
next
later,
week.
man.
Awesome. Sam,
Hey there, Zach. How are you?
what's up, man? How are you doing?
Doing pretty good. Can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear.
Okay, awesome. So I'm working on a deal with my mom, and this is our first deal. And I just had a question about kind of what the seller is going through. So the property that's being sold, he owes 127,000 as for mortgage, and the buyer is saying that it's a tight deal and that the seller won't make anything, but the seller would like to make something. And our question was, is it normal for the seller to not make anything on a deal? Because he's a distressed and motivated seller, but a bit concerned that he won't get anything in return, but his mortgage is really high. And so what do you
What's the
think about
property
that?
worth to a cash buyer?
Can you repeat the question?
What's the property worth to a cash buyer?
I believe 157.
I mean, if it's worth 157 and he owes 127, he should get something, right? You
Yeah,
could lock it up
that's
for 140. He gets something, you get a little something, and the cash buyer makes money. It's a
right.
win-win-win.
Right. That's what we calculated. I don't know. We had figured out that he would get something. It won't be a lot because he owes so much, but I guess when we run through the numbers again, we can just let him know. But
140
it's
works, right? He gets
mhm,
13. You make 17 on the deal, and the cash buyer's okay with it.
right,
Boom.
right. Okay. That was all. Yeah. Thanks for everything. By the way, we're brand new, still learning everything.
I love the mother-son team. I got the father-son here. You got the mother-son. That's pretty cool.
Right.
And
Definitely. Definitely.
I love it. It's a cool dynamic. It works.
Yeah, it definitely does. And hopefully someday I'll be able to get back on here with you and let you know about our first few deals.
I'm excited, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Sooner than later.
Yeah, definitely. Okay,
All
thank
right.
you, Zach.
Have a good one, you guys.
You too.
Boom. Love it. Andrew,
Yes, sir.
what's up?
How's it going?
I'm blessed. How can I help you out?
Awesome. So I've been targeting absentee owners for the last month. Got a deal, and then there's one in the pipeline. But I'm trying to do the probates and pre-foreclosures. Do you pull lists off PropStream, or do you have your VA manually call each county to get this information, and then you skip trace them and all that?
See, okay. If you go to freeholding.com, you'll see what I have my VAs do. You go into
Okay.
the website and you pull the information manually. That's what we have them do.
That's for both pre-foreclosure and probate.
Yep.
So manual is the best. That's the best. Because
Yeah.
I've watched the
Because,
video. It
what?
it seems a lot more work than pulling the list, and
Of course, it's a lot of work, but it's fresher data,
I see. Okay.
right?
Yeah. So,
I mean,
and both of them are going to be in the county. Obviously, every county has a different procedure.
yeah, every
with
county is
this.
different. Sometimes really hard to do it, and you should just pay for it. But sometimes, for most of them, you can manually do it. I know it's a lot of work. That's why I pay a VA $4 or $5 an hour to do it. But it's a lot of painstaking work.
Gotcha.
But
Once
the
you get the
qual-
data, you skip trace, and then cold callers, or I guess text messages for pre-foreclosure.
I'd call them
probably.
and
You'd
then
call them.
text the pre-foreclosures.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it's a lot more work, but of course, but you're getting better quality. And so when I call 1,000 sellers, there's a way better chance of getting a deal than just pulling it manually.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Remember, man,
Okay.
the harder it is to get a list, usually the better the list is, because there's less
that makes
wholesalers
sense.
trying to get it.
Yeah. Great. Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Have a good one, man.
You too.
All right. Tucker. Hello. Okay. Bye, Tucker. Sad. I heard him click off. Like, Tucker, what? Come on, man. Come on. Sam.
Yo, Zach, you hear me?
What's up?
Bro, I just got back from the city and I was able to get the water shut off list.
Awesome, man.
So we got that. So I had a quick question. So I've had this lady that had that probate deal with the probate down with it, but it had like another wholesaler.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to contact her, but she just has not been answering because she had a probate deal where her mom passed away and they have the house and it ended up going to another wholesaler, but on records they were set to close on May 2nd. It's still not closed. So I don't know what happened with that one, but she ended up telling me that she wanted to sell her house as well and she didn't want to go through a realtor or anything like that. And she already gave a price and it was well below what it's worth. But I've been trying to contact her and I tried another phone number and it's still no pickup. And I even tried my personal. So at this point, she gave me the address of her home. Is it cool if I like go and like drop a sticky note on the door, or is that too far?
Knock on the door.
Of the lady?
Yeah.
Bro, I hate door knocking, but I mean, I guess I'll give it a shot.
It's technically a warm lead too. So it's like,
I mean, yeah, I never met her face to face, but okay. I guess I'll go try that. And
what's the worst she says? Yeah, I'm looking to sell my house, but this is weird. No. Hey, I was actually looking at other properties and I was like, wait, doesn't this person live near her? Just wanted to just let you know who I am. And if you are looking to sell it, just let me know. Here's my number. Just wanted to drop it off. I was going to leave you a letter, but I mean, I'm right here.
Okay.
Like, no, I'm proactive. I'm looking to buy it. And I was just in the area because my partner wanted to go buy and look to see another house in the area. And obviously just letting you know.
Okay, sweet.
It's not a sales thing. It's not like, well, come in, Sam, and let's close the deal now. No, it's like, hey, here's my information. Just let you know who I am. Put a face to a name. And if anything changes, I got to run out right now. I'm just letting you, like, I got like, a couple minutes. I'm just letting you know.
And then I'm also doing, so I'm trying to broaden my script on marketing as well. So I've been doing Driving for Dollars, but I told you last time, my gas with that is now going to be able to work the best way. So I got on your channel last time. Somebody reached out to me in the area. So I'm back on here and I'm basically like trying to let people know, like I'm in the Sarasota, Manatee County area if someone's looking to like connect. But I find a hard time trying to connect with other wholesalers in this area. I've called bandit signs. Almost no one answers the bandit sign for sale signs. And I've only seen like 2 of them. And I think it's like the same guy. But I'm not really even recognizing any wholesalers in the area. And I'm trying to figure out, like, I don't know. I'm looking for some so they can help with the Driving for Dollars, I guess.
Facebook groups would be the best one. I personally found comments. So like comments in this live, right? Hey, Sarasota, anyone wants to like JV with me or like get deals? My name's Samuel Proctor. Here's my phone number. Here's my Instagram handle. That's the best way to do it.
Okay.
I got thousands of people watching the video. How many people are going to be like, obviously you're one of them in Sarasota. So do that, man. Let people know who you are.
Okay, sweet. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and call the water shutoff list and I have a few more Driving for Dollars. Do you have any luck with? I've been getting a lot of pushback on the fire department. I've tried going to the fire department and the code enforcer. I was looking at like one of your videos with you, with Rick, and he was saying like if you ask for 5 lists, I'd be glad if I get like 2. And I think I'm getting that like right now because I've asked for the code shutoffs. They're saying the same thing that you were just telling the guy, and I went in person. And I told him, I was like, okay, well, can I speak to a manager? And like, oh, well, the manager's out. So I was like, okay, well, I'll wait around. And I stood up and I just waited around until I could speak with the manager. And then they were getting ready to close and I wasn't able to get through with the manager.
Come back in.
Yeah, I'll just go back in the next time. But I'm having a lot of pushback with that in the fire department. And I'm trying to figure out the best way on how to sweet talk the fire department. Because when you go and ask them, literally, they've been to the point they're like, we've never done that before. So I kind of just
Guess what? You'd be the only wholesaler that does it.
yeah, that's what I'm
That's
trying
pretty
to
cool.
get at. But
And so keep going and ask.
Okay.
Go all the way till you speak to the chief of police. Sorry, the chief of the fire department. That's it. It's as simple as this. Do you have a list when you go out and fight fires? Yes. Can I have that list?
Okay, bet I'll do that.
Right? I mean, it's pretty simple.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking it.
You're not overthinking it, but they're going to give you some runaround. They're very sweet talkers about getting you out of there. But no,
Yeah.
you need the list.
And how good is it when it comes down to so that guy there was that other seller I was telling you about that he's a little bit older and but he keeps saying I want to sell the property, but there's a lien on it. So that's what so do I push a little bit harder and say, hey, I want to let you know that you can sell a property with a lien on it? Like it's not really of a big issue, or do I just like back off because remember he is still a senior citizen?
No, you just explain the situation. I don't think that's a bad thing at all. So just explain to the person and let them know, yeah, how much is the lien? Do you know how much the lien is?
I think it's like 6,000. This house is in such terrible condition. So
let's say he sells it for 40. That means he'll just get 34,000. That's basically how it works.
Okay.
So at closing, the 6,000 has to be paid before you can actually close, and then you get net 34,000. That's how the lien works.
Okay, sweet.
Simple.
Makes sense to me, bro. I appreciate that.
Yeah, when you door knock, just letting you know, presentation first thing is everything. Collared shirt, just looking spiffy. You'll look fine. Don't look like you're in a suit or something, but like, okay, this is a collared shirt. This is a professional guy.
No, I normally wear like a little button shirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
This guy's a real estate guy. No, this guy's a real estate guy. You're going crazy because you watched that game last night. I get it. I get it, man. But like, collared shirt, you're like, okay, like that's fine, right? I've seen people try to pull up in like a t-shirt and a wife beater. I'm like, that person's probably not even going to answer the door.
Yeah,
nice collared shirt. I think you'll be fine. So
no, I get it. Appearance is everything. I got you.
Don't worry about it. And then Brandon Jack says, tell Samuel Proctor to call me.
Call you,
Brandon.
Did you even leave his number?
Brandon, just DM him or DM whatever. Fine.
All right, we'll figure it out. Appreciate it a lot, Zach.
All right, dude. See you, man.
All right.
Boom. I told him personally, I said the Heat are going to play the Lakers this year. And we're getting closer to it. The Heat are going to win their series. Lakers are going to win their series. It's getting close, man. Amir. Yo. All right, Amir. All right, guys. So remember, if you want to learn wholesaling real estate absolutely for free, go to freewholesaling.com. That is my free real estate wholesaling course where I teach you everything you need to know about wholesaling houses absolutely for free. Start to finish. That is the best guide to learn how to do it. Remember, guys, go out here. Make sure you got any value. Hit that like button, subscribe, and help you guys become the best wholesaler possible. This is Zach Ginn signing out. Next live stream will be on Thursday. I want you to understand Thursday is probably going to be the biggest live stream we've ever had this year in wholesaling real estate for the Flip with Rick YouTube channel. The guru's going to cry. A lot of great free stuff. And you're going to see a lot of revamp. This is going to be amazing. Guys, if you're here to wholesale real estate, it's amazing. And yeah, I'm just excited. I ain't going to spill the beans, but I'll just let you know that a lot of people are going to get some really free, awesome stuff. And that's kind of the point. So help you guys make sure you go 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Thursday on this YouTube channel. Do not miss it. And help you out. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe. Go to freewholesaling.com. I'll see you Thursday at 1 o'clock. Don't miss it.